Hello? Hello? Anybody home?
Pardon my French, but you're an asshole.
I am McLovin.
This is Three is Company.
We're good! Streaky! Yeah!
Welcome into Three is Company. I am Q-Tip. Of course, we have Preston Poole and Kylie Osborne alongside me. Make sure and follow us on Twitter at Q-Tip47, at Preston Poole 405, and at Kylie Osborne. We are streaming live. So make sure and go and check out our live stream. You can check it out. You know, it is just gonna be up on the Sports Animals Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube page all the time for you to come and check it out if you want to see us in the flesh. Look, we're not scared to give our opinions and look you in the eyes and tell you how wrong you are. All right, so that's just how we roll here on Three is Company. But Preston, how are you?
Doing good. I was telling you before I went golfing yesterday. I'm a little sore. I guess that's just what comes with getting older.
Yeah, I've felt that lately. I get it. I get it. Kylie, how about you?
Oh, and I think she's frozen.
She's like perfectly frozen to where
we'll get her back and ask her. I think we have her back almost now, but
that's fine. That's fine. Well, yeah. So you mentioned you're going golf. You went golfing. I'm trying to get out to Hefner. I really want to go out. I just want to hit some balls. I'm probably gonna do that tomorrow for Memorial Day. Are they're gonna be open on Memorial Day? So
yeah.
So I'm probably gonna get out there tomorrow.
We got her back. I'll add her back. All right, there you are.
Sorry.
Hey,
It was working perfectly fine, and then we started, and immediately it was like absolutely not.
You froze like perfectly, like centered. You're like,
Oh.
yeah, you were
So
just
I just wasn't replying.
yeah, you were just locked. We're like, oh, okay. Well, she doesn't like us today. No, me and Preston were talking about going golfing and what we've been up to as the it's the official start of summer. Preston mentioned last week, with the Thunder season ending, it feels like you ended all of your classes and you're going into the summertime. I 100% feel that right now. I was thinking to myself, Preston, and I know like you tweeted out something similar. Now that the Thunder season's over, basketball season's over, at least until the NBA Finals. And so I really thought that, and I was like, I'm probably not going to watch a whole lot of the Western and Eastern Conference Finals. And then my fiance wanted to start wedding planning, so I've been locked in on the Eastern and Western Conference Finals. So as she's talking to me about that, I'm talking to her about Jason Tatum, and we're just trying to see who will shut up first.
Well, I'm glad someone is, because I have watched maybe like 10 minutes total of all the games that have happened in these conference finals, because it's just I'm so burnt out on basketball. But we'll be ready by next season.
Yeah, you'll be ready by June.
I truly haven't really watched much basketball since then either, because the last time I had the game pulled up on my phone in the kitchen of this Airbnb we were staying in for this like bachelorette trip that I was at, which sorry, that's why I wasn't here last week. But at first it was just me in the kitchen. Like I'm ready to go and I'm sitting there just watching the game on my phone, and it gets down to like crunch time, and I have literally every other girl in the house who don't care at all about what happens, like all lined up behind me as I'm like screaming at the like my little tiny like phone. Yeah, so it either could have been a really good night or a really bad night, and it was a really bad night.
Yeah, last weekend we were I was at Kaylee's little sister's birthday party. So we're sitting in this tiny room, a little party room at have you guys ever been to Cactus Jack's arcade that's down Council? And it's like Council and 10th Street or something like that. And they have tiny party rooms. And we're sitting in there, singing happy birthday, and me and her uncle are sitting across from each other, and I had the phone like pulled up the game pulled up on my phone, and he goes, "What's the Thunder score?" I was like, "Here." And I just kind of slid the phone sideways, and because that was right whenever the Dallas Mavericks were making their run a couple Saturdays ago. So I was like, "Here, you want to watch it? Because I'm done." Kylie was in Scottsdale last week for a bachelorette party. There was, you could look. We don't have to go to the bachelorette party, but next time we just want to go to Scottsdale. We'll just use you as the excuse.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
What are we doing?
Awesome. No, and so I've liked Arizona for a while, and this is the first time I've been to Scottsdale though. I was thinking about not coming back. I'm gonna be real with you. It was awesome.
My dad. So my little sister came back from Japan, and she's from I think she got in on Tuesday, but the original plan was that he would be in, or she would be in Saturday, right? And she didn't fly back in from Japan until Tuesday. So he flew up to Seattle. Him, my stepmom, and my little brother flew up to Seattle, and they just had to wait on her, and then they drove all the way back from Seattle. But they stopped
Oof.
in Yellowstone, and then they stopped in South Dakota. And we were talking about, and I'm sure you feel the same way. They came back yesterday, right during that storm that happened, like that, and they had to like turn back around and just wait on the hail core to go through. So, always a welcome back to Oklahoma whenever you come to back in the
Yeah.
season.
Well, we flew back in last Monday or Tuesday, something like that, and it was tornadoing there too. We had to do like a couple loops around the
Oh, in
airport, and then
Arizona?
no, when we got back to Oklahoma.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And we had to do a couple loops, and then we got like a little time like window that was like okay to like land, and then we had to like immediately run home, and then we were in a tornado like warning, and it was a whole thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those
It's
tornadoes got
pretty
close to Deer
gnarly.
Creek.
Yeah, yeah, they did.
Yeah.
It was
Uh,
hailing too. I mean, I was like, oh my god, I didn't even know where I left my car. I was like, where is it? Like,
I know. I was driving into work a couple days ago, and it started hailing on me, and I was like, and it really wasn't that big of hail, but man, when it hits the top of your car, it sounds like it's baseball size hail. It's
Oh,
crazy. Speaking of baseball, so the Oklahoma Sooners I guess the Oklahoma State Cowboys were in the Big 12 baseball tournament this past weekend. Oklahoma State is your Big 12 tournament champions. Oklahoma won the Big 12 regular season title, right? Isn't that how they do it?
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Oklahoma wins the Big 12 regular season title, and then Oklahoma State dog walks Oklahoma in the Big 12 title game, and now Oklahoma State, I guess, it's been going back and forth on Oklahoma State wins one, Oklahoma wins one, Oklahoma State wins one, Oklahoma wins one. Well, I guess with this being the final conference game that Oklahoma will have in the Big 12, I guess Oklahoma State can say that
Well,
they beat them going out.
it's the final Big 12, like
Event.
as it stands right now, the final Big 12 like event until everything changes next year. So Oklahoma State
yeah,
walks out on top. But I thought,
Oklahoma State's been wiping the floor with Oklahoma with all these last games. They have.
yeah,
Except for basketball.
yeah,
There you go.
basketball, I guess. But I thought even with Oklahoma State being up, I was at 9 to I think like 2 or 4, something like that. I can't remember. I was at the casino during the game, so I caught like just highlights every now and then. But I thought OU would make a run because they've been doing that all weekend down there in Arlington. Kansas was up on them by a bunch. They make a run in the 5th inning, and I think both of those games come back and win on that walk-off home run the other day. But Sooners going to be an 8 seed in the baseball tourney, so they'll host a regional and hopefully make out of that and host a super regional maybe. So we'll see.
Well, hopefully they don't have, because Oklahoma State was hosted a regional last year, and they lost in the regional. So hopefully they don't have the same luck as Oklahoma State did last year. So,
And I think Oklahoma State's going to host a regional as well this year too. I think they're like 13th, 14th, somewhere in there is where they're going to be ranked. So that they'll be hosting a regional as well.
when do they go to Omaha? Do you know?
Oh, that's not
Off
for
your head.
probably another couple of weeks because they've got to do the regionals, super regionals, and then Omaha.
Yeah. So it'll be we'll keep an eye on that, see how Oklahoma does, see how Oklahoma State does. And hopefully both teams are in Omaha and they can play each other again, because Oklahoma and Oklahoma State should have played each other in the Big 12 tournament in softball after Oklahoma State, beat them in Norman, and then Oklahoma State gets bounced. What was that, the first round? Wasn't it the first round Oklahoma State got bounced in the Big 12 tournament, I believe?
Yes, yeah.
And so Oklahoma never got the chance to play them again. Hopefully that they end up playing each other in Oklahoma City after Oklahoma beats Florida State. They run rule them in the first game on Thursday. And then they beat them again on Friday to win their, is it the super regional? Is that the
super regional? Yeah,
the super regional? And then Oklahoma State wins yesterday to win their super regional as well. Who did they play? I'm completely blanking on who Oklahoma State played yesterday.
I can find it for you real quick because
Yeah,
I've been a little tuned out.
Arizona. I was
Yeah,
about to say, I know it
Arizona.
was another big program, big time program. So yeah, Arizona, and so Oklahoma State and Oklahoma, both reached the Women's College World Series. So that'll be fun. That'll be a lot
Yeah,
of fun.
no, it's look, it's always a blast when both teams in this area make it um to the College World Series, right? Because
Oh,
it's here in Oklahoma City, all the fans are able to show up, so it's a blast.
Can we all get tickets to that? We should do that.
I
We go
know
have a little show there.
I've promised my mother her Mother's Day present is taking her to one of the OU games, so I'll be out there. I think for one of those, depending on what work is like, but
you've been out
yeah.
there the last few years, right, Preston?
Yeah, and
At least one.
it's super easy to get tickets, like, an hour or two before, like, especially if OU and OSU aren't playing, it's a lot easier to get tickets to go out there and watch a couple games, especially like the later in the day rounds and stuff like that. Because I think we went to I forget who it was, but it was like the couple of the elimination games last year, and me and my roommates went on like a Sunday afternoon, and just got right in and all that. So.
Very cool. Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. Hopefully, I just want him to put, which I know it's a double elimination, so you can put them on opposite sides of the bracket, and who knows what's going to happen. But
Yeah.
just put them on opposite sides of the bracket. Let Oklahoma and Oklahoma State meet each other in the finals.
Well, and
And
I think because right now, what Texas still has one game against A&M to
A&M.
go. Because that one, their first one was yesterday, correct?
No, it's tied 1-1. So
Okay, yeah.
today's
So
the
it's
rubber
game three.
game.
Game three. You're right. So there's a chance the one seed isn't even in the Women's College World Series, and OU would end up being the one seed. And I would assume OSU would probably be the 2 seed. So they would definitely probably be on opposite sides of the bracket.
Yeah, it's going to be. I can't believe that Texas was still the 1 seed even after Oklahoma beat them in the Big 12 title game.
Yeah.
I realize that. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
There must be something in the water when it comes to softball in Oklahoma. So.
And it's crazy because it's at every level. I mean, there's a bunch of great softball teams at D1, D2, NAIA, JUCO. There's just a bunch of great softball teams in the state.
And there is a chance. So if you want to buy a cheap ticket, there is a chance Tom Brady could be in Oklahoma City. You know that because his sister plays for UCLA.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is his sister is his like niece or nephew or something like that?
Oh, I thought it was a sister. Oh, it could be his niece or nephew. You're right. I just saw him tweet out best athlete in the Brady family. So it could be niece, nephew.
Yeah, I know they're related
was,
somehow. Yeah, I don't know if it's his sister. I think it might be like one of his siblings' kid or something like that.
That's high praise, though, right there.
Hey, he's already tweeting about it. It's not like he has anything to do. You might as well.
Well, let's be honest, though. I believe UCLA has choked it a few times the last couple of years when it comes to being in Oklahoma City. So
they'll be a 6 seed. Well, they were the 6 seed with the in the super regional. So we'll see how where they get depending on where Texas falls, and then Alabama and Tennessee still have to play their rubber game today. Same with Florida and Baylor. So we'll see how it all shakes out.
I can't wait to watch that girl from Stanford. She was a freshman last year. I'm blanking on her name, but she is just dominant inside the circle. So I can't wait to watch her because she was like one of the ones that was able to shut down Oklahoma's offense for all the games that they played. Oklahoma obviously still won, but she was just phenomenal.
Stanford, they play LSU today. Today at 8:30 p.m. on Sunday. So that you'll have to stay up for that one.
Yeah, how about last night? Obviously, we had all those storms, and it was just crazy around here and in Texas and all that. Arkansas, Kansas, Missouri, but OSU and Arizona resuming play at like 11 o'clock at night. That was crazy.
That was crazy.
I was so asleep by then.
Did you see that there was a historical moment last night as well? Speaking of after dark, the Pac-12 officially came to an end with
after 100 years. Yeah, that was the final Pac-12, Pac-12 10, whatever that you want to call it. But yeah, the final one, that baseball game, and it ended on a walk-off, didn't it?
Oh yeah, a single. That was a walk-off single
How just perfect for the Pac-12
Yeah.
to have a walk-off single in baseball be their final like sporting event to have in their conference's history.
Yeah. So the Pac-12, and then and I don't know if you saw, but today they're having a fire sale. So everything's like marked 50% off in the Pac-12 stores, and it's like everything must go type of situation where
Yeah.
they just have visors and shirts from years, and they're just like everything's got to go, like
Hell,
50% or whatever.
I might tap in and buy some just random school merch.
Yeah, I didn't know about that, but I'd rather have some. Yeah,
Maybe I'll
jerseys
get some
than
Stanford
not.
stuff and say that I attended Stanford for a semester or something like that.
You can
You
dress
can
up
always
like
lie.
a tree and all that. They'll probably sell the mascot. No, just kidding.
Speaking of Stanford, just real quick before, and then we'll get back to the sports. Have you guys seen that movie Challengers?
Is that the new one?
It's the new one with Zendaya.
I have not, but I think I'll be tuning into that. It's in theaters though, right?
It's in theaters right now.
I'll wait till it comes out on streaming, then I'll watch it. Yeah.
Well, they go to Stanford,
Oh, yeah.
and if you're a fan of Zendaya's ass, you see a lot of it in that movie. But it is very. You'll have to tell me what like when you see it, Preston, what your thought is, because it's either like it's like bros before hoes or that you can't trust women, like one of the two.
Isn't that
Because
kind of the same thing?
I'm
Or-
telling you, watch the movie and you'll agree with me. Okay, I'm just giving
We'll
you
see.
that. All right.
Yeah.
So if Hollywood
in
needs,
theaters?
huh?
You can see it in theaters?
Yeah, I saw it in theaters just a couple days ago.
I literally cannot even remember the last time I went to a movie theater. I'm just wondering.
Really?
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Dude, I love going to the movies.
There's nothing. I guess I went and saw Oppenheimer. I did go see that one in
Last
theaters.
year.
Yeah,
You didn't see Barbie with it?
that was the last one I went to the theaters for, was to see Oppenheimer.
Are you gonna go see Twisters?
Maybe I might just wait. It's just more easy to watch it at home when it comes out on
Right.
streaming.
I mean, it's gonna be like 2 weeks later. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, the sound difference is what makes it. You know, like it sounds a hell of a lot better in a movie theater.
Yeah, but you crank up the sound bar in the living room, you're good.
I have a little projector in my house. You got the
Yeah. You guys are missing out. Sorry if you can hear my dogs.
You got an animal fight going on at Q-Tip's
Dude,
house right now.
Dude, so my lawnmower is broken, right?
Oof.
And I'm trying to get it fixed or go get a new lawnmower. And so I'm having to have, like, there's a guy that mows yards here in my neighborhood for pretty cheap. So I'm having to mow my yard, and like I have a glass screen door that the dogs can see through. So I'm sure he's in my backyard right now.
Yeah.
And I thought I had put those damn dogs up because I don't know if you've seen the golden retriever walking behind me, but I put her in here, and I thought I put everybody else up, but guess not.
I saw that you took her to Bark in the Park downtown though.
Yeah, I
that's pretty
did,
cool.
dude. We went to Bark in the Park at the Oklahoma City Baseball Club Association of Baseball. Dude, pick a name, okay? First of all, what drives me insane is they know their name. They know they're going to be the 89ers. They're selling 89ers merch. They've got the little 89er guy, you know, they're selling the plush 89er. Just name the team the 89ers. There's no big deal about it. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. But anyways, yeah, we went to Bark in the Park, and it was. I always take Kaylee to Bark in the Park. We only last about 5 innings, so I can't tell you the final score of that game. But I know Oklahoma City was just jacking them left and right. So I guess it turned out pretty good for that game. So it was a lot of fun, man. Bark in the Park is a lot of fun.
I've always wanted to do that, but my dog's just way too big, and I don't feel like messing with that. So
so I've been twice. I didn't make it last. I don't think I made it the last couple of years, but because first of all, I haven't seen the promotion. I always look at the promotions. They don't put it on the promotion page. The only reason that I found out that they had Bark in the Park was through a Facebook ad. Okay, so the Oklahoma City Baseball Club Association of Baseball of America, please, for the love of God, put something on your promotions page so we can actually know when Bark in the Park is going on. All right, pick a name, pick a website builder, and let's get this going. Okay, we're a AAA association. We're not a single A. All right,
Were there a
one
lot of
step
dogs
down
there,
from the
though?
big leagues. What?
Were there a lot of dogs there?
Yeah, so there's this husky there. There's this person. I know they have like an Instagram page because I remember the last time I had gone, they had an Instagram page and like this they take this husky everywhere. They put goggles on him and little boots and then like a jersey of some kind. And they just take and I don't know how this and the husky's never like panting. So I don't know what they're doing to keep it cool.
Oh.
But they it's I mean it's a cute time. It's a fun time. Shut
Well, I'm
up.
just wondering if they don't put it on like any of the scheduling stuff because of like there being too many dogs and they're just like trying to like
Yeah.
mitigate that like liability on them.
Well, one year they did it on a Saturday and there was a lot more dogs. This year they did it on like a Tuesday. So, I think just if they make it on a weekday, it's gonna knock down the people that come, but it's a
Did
lot
they
of fun.
play the doorbell or
They
like
did.
the ring?
Oh
Yeah.
no.
They played the doorbell and then when they hit a home run, they have a horn.
Yeah.
And so kind of like the hockey horn,
Yeah.
and so when they hit a home run, they would blow that horn and it would drive all the dogs crazy as well.
That's
So,
perfect.
yeah,
That's perfect.
they played the doorbell a lot. And Kaylee wouldn't let me buy our dog a hot dog. I was really
Oh,
gonna buy it a full hot dog, and just like and see if she would like let me take a picture of her with the hot dog in her mouth. She's like, "There's no way she's gonna let you do that, and we don't need to waste money on a hot dog." Get this dog. I was
if
like,
she's
"Oh, no."
anything like my dog, she just scarfs it right down. So
Yeah,
there's
it
no
would have been
chance
there
for a
less
picture.
than a couple seconds. Should we get the dogs in here? My dog's right over there. He's
Dude,
so asleep.
dog won't shut up. All right. So it is a big day, big weekend in motorsports, or at least it was. I don't know if we'll get to see the Indy 500 or not.
So I've because this morning was the Monaco Grand Prix in Formula One. That's their biggest race of the year there in Monte Carlo. And then today is the Indy 500, the biggest race for Indy cars, and you got the Coca-Cola 600, which is one of the biggest races for NASCAR. All I've seen is that I think the Indy 500 is probably going to start around 5-ish
But
tonight.
do they have lights? I don't think they have lights, right? And sunset's at 9:00.
That I don't know. I think around 4 or 5 is when the Indy 500 is supposed to start because it was supposed to start. Right now we're recording. It's almost 11:30. I think it was supposed to start at noon, right after the Monaco Grand Prix, and then you roll right into the Coca-Cola 600. But yeah, so it's going to throw a little wrench into Kyle Larson's plans today because I don't think he's going to be making the Coca-Cola 600 in NASCAR.
Yeah, Kyle Larson was going to race in the Indy 500 helicopter to Charlotte, which is where the Coca-Cola 600 is, and race in the Coca-Cola 600. I believe it's the second ever racer to race 1,100 miles in one day. Tony Stewart was the first.
Yeah, Tony Stewart's done it, and then obviously Kyle Larson would have done it. I obviously he's making the right decision picking the Indy 500 because he's got a fast car in the Indy 500, and I think you would rather win the Indy 500 than win the Coca-Cola 600. So I don't blame him for that.
Well, I don't know if you saw, so I've been watching because there's rain in Charlotte as well. So they're saying that race could get delayed. And Rick Hendrick, who is Kyle Larson drives for Hendrick Motorsports, said it's our plan that Kyle Larson races in the Coca-Cola 600 at some point. I don't know if that meant some point in the future or if that means that he's going to join it 300 miles in, but it would be cool to see him racing both regardless.
I don't know if he can join it like during the middle. I mean, the only
he's
time
already
I've
gone through
seen that
inspection
was
and everything.
the only time I've seen that was when Ricky Bobby took over for that one guy in the clown car on Talladega Nights. So,
well, it's going to be interesting. It's a big day in motorsports. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, Charles Leclerc won the Monaco Grand Prix. He's from Monaco, born and raised, so that was kind of a little special moment in F1 this morning. It was pretty cool to see that happen. So we'll see who wins the Indy 500 and the Coca-Cola 600. Kyle Larson is probably one of the best racers on the planet. It might not agree with some of the things he's done in the past because he's kind of an idiot when it comes to that stuff. But look, he can drive a car, so we'll see if he has a shot to win it. Yeah, I'm watching the live feed here of their like pre-race stuff. they're about to get slammed by rain there in Indianapolis, so they won't be racing anytime soon. But hopefully it clears out and all that. But yeah, I'm just a big nerd when it comes to racing cars because I grew up going to NASCAR races. Obviously started watching the Formula One show on Netflix, fell in love with Formula One. Haven't quite got into IndyCar, but I'll watch the Indy 500 today. But yeah, I'm just a big racing nerd.
I want them to do, they did F1 and they boosted that sport's popularity here in the United States. I want them to do a Netflix series with dirt cars next, and really boost the local dirt tracks, because dirt car racing is a lot of fun. So,
yeah, I've been to a few of those. It is pretty insane. Yeah,
dude, my dad absolutely loves dirt car racing for his birthday every year because his birthday usually falls right around football season. But when it's not, like when it's not the opening weekend, we're at the dirt track. We're like, all right, let's go. And we'll probably do it for Father's Day here next month. Go to the dirt track and they have the Lawton dirt track, dude. Killer burritos. True, like
oh really?
It's a little scary, right? Because you show up to a dirt track and you're like, what am I gonna eat here? You think hot dog, nachos, something like that. But it's like, nah, you want to get the burritos. And killer burritos, really good burritos. So,
yeah,
honestly, sketchy burritos are so good. Like, hot take on that, but no, like any hole in the wall Mexican place or just like sketchy like sort of burrito are like some of the best I've ever had.
No, you see the random like taco truck on the street and you're like, why not? And it
might
can be good.
Yeah.
There's a taco truck down the street from my house, and I want to go try it so bad, but it's like I got to try it like on a Friday just in case, you just never know.
So you've got the weekend off if you have any troubles. Yeah,
exactly.
I get that. Yeah,
exactly. Or you could really have it like on a Tuesday, and then you have an excuse to not work for a couple days. But
sick for a couple days.
That's how you get out of something you don't want to do at work. Is like just go get some really sketchy food.
Yeah, just go to Walmart and eat the popcorn chicken. You've never gotten food poisoning from that? Ooh, that was the worst food poisoning I've ever had.
From popcorn chicken at Walmart?
Yeah. Like the cups that you can get?
Yeah, it's probably because they were sitting there for like 3 days.
Hours. Yeah, there was probably yesterday's popcorn chicken that they just reheated.
All right. Vanilla. Thank you.
So something we didn't talk about last week, and which Preston, I don't know how we missed it. It was right up our alley.
I know. I just completely whiffed on it.
We were heartbroken about the Oklahoma City Thunder.
We were.
But Scotty Scheffler gets arrested at the PGA Championship. And it was in Louisville. I don't remember what the course's name was. It
Valhalla.
Valhalla. Yeah, thank you. So Scotty Scheffler. Lay the scene out. If you haven't heard, thank you for listening. I'm glad we're the only form of media that you take in. There was a worker who got struck by the bus that was bringing people in and out of the tournament, and he died. And so there, of course, that's going to back up traffic. And they were letting golfers in. Scotty Scheffler, being a golfer, being the number one golfer,
the number one golfer in the world,
the golfer,
sees that he's trying to go in. He talks to a cop. He shows him his player's card. Keeps going. Well, what the story was that this cop told him to stop. Scotty stopped for a second, then kept going and drugged the cop for 10 yards, right? It was like, was it 20, 30 feet or 10 yards or whatever report you read. Then the cop pulled him out of the car, arrested him.
First of all, you missed. His pants were not repairable. $80 pants were not repairable.
Drug him so bad, his $80 pants were not repairable. Arrested him. Jeff Darlington showed up. He yells at Jeff Darlington, like, this guy's getting arrested. He's going to jail point blank. Doesn't let anybody explain anything to him. And off he goes, right? So first of all, it's like, okay. And like for somehow, some way, they let Scotty Scheffler get changed, take a mugshot, get fingerprinted, all this. Nobody stopped the process.
And I don't know, like, when you saw the news, but when I woke up that morning, the first headline I saw was one person dead, Scotty Scheffler arrested. So I'm like, did this guy, like, did he murder? Like, what kind of headline do you put that headline out and be like, okay, yeah, that's a good headline? That immediately made me think, did he, like, run into someone and, like,
it made you read the article, though, didn't it?
No, I just
Did he
kept
kill him?
scrolling on Twitter to find out, like, did this actually happen? But yeah, unfortunate situation with the worker that passed away there by the bus, but just a wild headline by whatever company or media outlet put that out. That was just insane to approve that.
I woke up to the Jeff Darlington tweet. I woke up and it's like one of those things like you don't know why you do it, but I woke up and instantly just checked Twitter. No reason, no notifications, no nothing.
Yeah.
And it was Jeff Darlington. It was like it said 1 minute ago, Scotty Scheffler has been arrested. And I'm like, what? And I like clicked on the page. He had all the followers, had the check mark, had the bio. Like, there's no way. And I just kept going. And then I refreshed Twitter and like the Sports Center headline or clip of where
Oh no,
he's going to jail.
it was a very big morning for the white boy golfers on Twitter for sure, because they were having at it with all the tweets.
So of course all the memes came out. It was because Scotty Scheffler got charged with like second-degree assault or felony.
Oh, he got like a felony charge.
Yeah, he got a felony charge. I mean, it was not abiding by traffic laws, not listening to cops, whatever. A huge laundry list of charges that happened to Scotty Scheffler. Mugshot comes out. Of course, it goes platinum on Twitter.
Dude, did you see the people at the golf course that day with the mugshot shirts?
Yeah. I mean,
like,
great work.
Who and how? Like,
I mean, they have to have like a shirt like print or whatever.
Yeah. They have to have some kind of printer where you just slide the shirt in and they just put that shirt on and came to the tournament for sure. No, so Scott Scheffler gets arrested, and then it comes out this week the videos because somehow
just a couple days ago,
because somehow the body cam was turned off on the spot,
conveniently,
right? Conveniently
on both cops. There was 2 in the video.
And conveniently there's no body camera footage from these.
cops. Conveniently after the footage that came out showed their report was just completely dead wrong, and none of that happened. Their body cam footage did not come out. Convenient.
So what was it? Was it a hotel or was it like a street lamp or something like that across the street?
It was like he was at the
like
golf
a traffic
course.
Cam or
was it a traffic? As I said, I don't know where the camera was positioned to where
it's like in an intersection.
Yeah. And so you could see Scotty Scheffler stop, talk to somebody, turn left, and go into the entrance. Where then the cop chased after his car and it looks like
punches his window or something. Like that.
I was about to say, it looked like he had a flashlight.
He sticks his whole head inside.
Yeah, he tried to smash the window out of Scotty Scheffler's car, and then of course pulled him out. So what the whole story was completely fabricated in a lie from this cop that he got drug at all, and that Scotty Scheffler did not, stop or obey traffic laws or anything, because he clearly stopped, talked to somebody, kept going, and as soon as that guy tried to smash his window out, he came to a stop.
Yeah.
And then they pulled him out and arrested him.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure in the video when I saw it, like they're kind of like at a weird like little junction area, and there's like a big truck type thing in front of them, and they kind of start to pull forward. So he kind of starts to pull forward. He wasn't like trying to like gun it or anything. He was kind of just following the flow.
He was going at a very reasonable pace to be pulling into a private golf course.
Yeah.
So of course it was a lie, and then the Louisville department says we'll allow further footage to come out whenever this goes to trial in June.
Yeah,
they didn't drop the charges immediately.
Something tells me this will not be going to trial in June. The charges will get dropped because it's got to be a nightmare for the Louisville PD, and from all the stories that I've heard and read over the last couple of weeks, they're not the best police department in the country. I'll say that. Especially when you do something like this. I mean, they had most of the cops that were working there were golf fans, and when they found out Scotty Scheffler had been arrested, they were all like, "What the hell are we doing?" Like, I mean, that
especially when you're like frisking him up and everything. Like, come on.
It's got to be a big embarrassment, and of course, they won't come out and say it was an embarrassment.
It was.
But yeah, I mean, look, I've got nothing against like the police or anything like that, but like when you do something like this, man, it's like you've got video evidence. You can't come out and just try and put this story out and then the video comes out and it's just completely not the story that you put out there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's the whole department as a whole. I think it's definitely just the guys involved for sure.
Yeah, it's just,
but
you can't let something like that happen to especially the world's #1 golfer. Like if me and Q-Tip did that, then those charges probably stick on us. It is what it is. There's not much we can do about that, right? But I mean, come on.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but to be fair, if me and Preston are trying to pull into a private golf course
We probably should be
around
arrested,
traffic,
yeah.
they're probably like, yeah, there's no way you guys are professional golfers, and B, even if it wasn't a professional golf tournament going on, you can't afford this.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing? Like,
Yeah.
you can't afford a round here.
Yeah.
So why don't you go down to the local lake and find yourself a golf course? You know?
By the way, not a bad mugshot, Scotty. I'll say that. Not a bad mugshot.
Yeah. I
He
mean,
was ready to go. He was trying to go get on TV. Of
Yeah, he
course
said
he's
he
gonna
was
look
doing his
good.
warm-ups in his little holding area that he was in and all that. So
That's
yeah,
so
in a
funny.
jail cell.
played great that Thursday. Just everything went downhill a little bit later in the weekend for him.
He fell off after that. I can't
He
believe
probably
it.
saw all the charges and stuff after that. It's like, what is this fictitiousness?
He probably stayed up all night looking at the memes.
Well, and so Xander
Yeah.
Schauffele, the one who won the PGA Championship there, I guess they're all in a group message with Scotty and a bunch of other golfers. So that day they changed the picture on the group message to his mugshot, and they were all ripping him in the group chat. So it's at least nice to hear that not much changes the richer you get when it comes to stuff like that. Because I definitely would have done the same thing to my friend if that would have happened to him.
Man,
Yeah.
what would you give to be a fly on the wall in that group chat?
Oh yeah, that would have been just a bunch of the richest golfers in the world. One of them gets arrested, and they just start clowning him for getting arrested.
Yeah, I know. So one of my friends got arrested in high school, and we made her mugshot. We made her mugshot into a coffee cup.
A
But
coffee cup.
yeah, I think we only made it one, and I think she had.
I mean, look, if it's not like a bad arrest and stuff like that, then you got to, right? I mean, you
yeah,
have to.
obviously it was like capital murder. You
Yeah.
don't make it. You don't make the
No.
mugshot into a shirt. You're probably not seeing that friend. You know, like you're probably not gonna get to joke around with him for a minute.
Yeah.
So yeah, and so yeah, Scotty Scheffler gets arrested, and then of course the sad news that came out was it yesterday, right?
Yes, yesterday, yeah.
Yeah, yesterday, out of the PGA Tour.
And I sent you that tweet, that statement that the parents made. Did you see that?
I did, yeah. So it was PGA player, 30 years old. It's Grayson Murray, correct? That's okay. Just want to make sure. Grayson Murray, he was playing what term? I don't know what tournament they're playing right now.
Charles Schwab, I believe, in Fort Worth.
So he withdraws after the 16th hole after I'm guessing 3 or 4 putting 16.
Said due to illness.
Due to illness.
Yeah.
And then, later that night or maybe the next morning, it
Yeah,
got announced.
yesterday, yeah.
It got announced that he had passed away.
Yeah.
And so everybody, was like, what illness did he have? What was going on? And then you start to read on Twitter. He was big into mental health issues. And then today, earlier this morning, Grayson's parents released a statement talking about how he did take his own life. So it is a really sad situation going on in the PGA right now.
And I believe he won back in Hawaii earlier in the year.
He just won the Corn Ferry tournament not too long ago.
Yeah, and basically came out and said that he's struggling with some, issues and stuff like that. So it's just, it's a very, very sad story.
Yeah, no, I mean, when I heard about all that, I mean, I didn't quite know what it was at first, and I just started recently getting into golf, but I can't remember who it was on Twitter this morning. I saw a video of him just like tearing up with the interview. Yeah. It was real sad. Do you remember who that was?
I don't remember, but 30 years old, just very unfortunate. The PGA and his parents put out like a joint, or his parents put out like a thing through the PGA on their Twitter and all that stuff. So yeah, just very unfortunate. And obviously one of those things, like if you need help, there's people out there that can and want to help you. So
988. If you ever need to call the line or visit the website 988life.org. The PGA even put it in their tweet, which is a really good move from them. So yeah, it is a really sad situation in the world of golf. I know is heartbroken. So it's gonna be, hopefully we'll see how. I think the tournament ends today on Sunday. We're recording on Sunday, so we'll see what happens after that. But yeah, so don't think we missed anything.
No, I think that's about all we talked about early this morning. And I text you guys like very late last night. Yesterday was a long day for me.
No,
Yeah,
well,
you're still up and with us today. So
Yeah.
yeah, you're up and around. That's all that matters.
I'm now feeling like the back of my neck from my sunburn. I'm like starting to sweat too, and I'm like, I got to do it all again tomorrow too. And it's oof.
Where you
Well,
need to
and
buy
we
a hat
talked
that's got the
about
rag or something. You know?
or sunscreen.
Yeah, that is definitely a plan. Yeah.
But we talked about starting to record on Sundays. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So most of our shows are going to start coming out Monday.
Yeah, Monday morning, 10 a.m. is when we'll be having all of our shows for the foreseeable future.
And we will be going live. So we're gonna be going live at least during football season. I know that's kind of the plan right now. We'll
Yeah,
see.
we still got some things to iron out, but we should be doing a lot more stuff. So
Yeah. So so during football season, hell, even now, if you have any fantasy football questions, send them in. Or if you have any questions in general,
Yeah.
send them in. All of our Twitter DMs are open. I know my Instagram DMs are open. I don't know how to turn them off.
Mine
honestly.
are. Yep.
Yeah. So that's
mine are, but I
Anytime.
never check it, so I wouldn't advise message me on Instagram.
Twitter.
I'll check it. Send it to me.
Yeah, Twitter's the best way to contact me in Preston for sure. So if you have any questions, now that it's summertime, if you want us to top 5 anything, I mean the gloves are off, right? It's summertime. We don't have to be buttoned up anymore. Our boss usually stops listening around this time of the year, so we can we're good. So at QTip47, at Preston Pool 405, at Kylie Osborne, at Sports Animal on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter is where you can check out the live stream. If you comment something on there, we will go back and we'll read it as well, whether it's criticism, and then we'll just make fun of you for your Twitter pictures, or if it is a question, we'll get to it on the next episode.
Yeah.
But that'll do it for us. Like I said, make sure you guys follow us on Twitter. Until next time.